Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. We're going to be looking at some things every player needs to know, whether you're a new player or you've been playing a while. Maybe it's some things in here you may have missed, so let's go check it out. Alright, so our first tip, we're going to go to the shop, and every day we're going to purchase down here in the guild tab. You're going to go down to the bottom and you can get this free item, and every day get that for free. But if you're a new player, you're going to be needing some items, and you might as well just go ahead and buy everything. So buy this, purchase that, and just go right on up, buy everything on the sheet. Buy that, all of them. Purchase them all, because you're just starting it off. You need to have all these materials for upgrading. Then go up to refill it, and do it again. You'll get another one of these for free. Buy all these. Every day, when you're first starting out, once you got enough supply items, maybe you don't have to sit and buy them all, and then go again, because you're gonna have the gil to do it. So refill it twice. Buy them, buy this, buy them up, and you'd be set on upgrading your weapons and materia. And I'd probably go to about there. After that, you can keep going as many times as you want. Also, next tip, you go to the shop, and if you go to the special tab, you're going to go down here in the special tab every day, and hidden among all this stuff that they want to sell you, you're going to get a free daily pack. So make sure you buy the free daily pack in the special tab. Alright, for our next tip, we're going to go to the Chocobo Farm, and then every day you're going to come over here, open this chest, you'll get a little special item. Also, you're going to set up your Chocobo expeditions right away. You're going to want to buy these extra slots here and get all your Chocobos going. And when you set out for expedition, it'll let you pick a Chocobo, and you're going to pick a character to go with, and then that character is going to get XP. So pick the characters that you're not playing a lot, and then they're going to end up getting a XP bonus. So for our next tip, we're going to go to the draws right here. And when you're going to plan on doing some draws, like on a features banner that's coming up here, you want to make sure you have at least about, we're going to say about 15,000 of these blue crystals here. And then you're going to do your draw and keep going till you get the first stamp sheet done, because that'll be a guaranteed 5-star weapon and a guaranteed armor that you get to pick here for your stamp sheet. So I just did that for page 1, and you can keep going if you want to keep pulling for 2-3 pages. But basically, make sure when you're going to do a draw, don't just do one draw. You want to just try to fill out at least the first stamp sheet. Alright, next up, as you go through the story, you're going to eventually be able to unlock some additional solo content for the enhancement summon quest. And so we're going to go to the enhancement quest, and eventually you'll be able to do these premium quests, and you're going to be able to do 3 of those a day. So make sure you do those every day. You're going to get some valuable items for upgrading your weapons. And then also, when you're here on the enhancement quests, training quests, don't do these character XP. You're gonna end up getting some character XP anyway, so don't bother doing any of these character XP quests. You can do them one time to get the crystals for them, but then after that, leave them alone. And then also, when you're doing these enhancement quests for the weapon quests, a lot of these low-level enhancement items, like here, you're gonna end up getting some of these, you get better rewards if you do the co-op missions for these items. So try to get those in a co-op if you can. Some of the higher level ones, you may have to actually come in here and then do all these quests here for these, about up to here. All right, for our next tip here, we're gonna go into synthesis. Eventually you'll be able to unlock the Materia Synthesis. Right now we got some finished, I guess. We'll just check that out. All right, so when you go to synthesize some materia, eventually you're going to want one of each of these sigil ones here, and you're going to want the gold one here is going to be a physical, and the green will be a magical, and you're going to want at least one for your main character, but you're going to probably want, you know, whether you got 2 physical damage dealers and a magic damage dealer, or 3 physical, whatever. But each character is going to want to have one of these equipped for the type of enemy you're fighting, so that they can break through their stream. So you're going to want one of each of that, each of those, and each of those. And then eventually you'll be doing the same thing for each element. You're going to have the magic version and the physical version. So like say I'm going to go here and create let's go for synthesizing a blizzard spell. You can also add materials, and you're going to get these items here. If I go for the magical version, and then you can actually, for magical, go all the way up. Okay, this didn't work. Cancel that. So if we're in the sigil version here, we go to add materials, we can actually go all the way right up to a guaranteed 3-star for the magical version, using 8 of those, or I believe you can do it with 5. Oh no, 6. Yeah, it'll require 6 of these and 10 of these. But if I go to do the physical version for that, it doesn't matter how many I add, I won't get the guaranteed 3-star for that. So you can just, what I've been doing is I've been making them is either just go for 7 of these, so I get the 2-star guarantee with the substats, which really don't matter. But if you just got a couple materials, just use 2. There you go. Now you got a guaranteed 2-star, and you add it, and then you're gonna synthesize using those materials, and then hopefully you get the 3-star. If you don't, just do it again, and then once you do actually get it to a 3-star, upgrade that one, and use your other ones for the materials for upgrading them. And for our next tip, there are going to be events going on. You're going to want to make sure you do your events. Like they just had the Watermelon Beach Festival fun. And then don't overdo it on doing your events. And then you're going to get rewards that you can trade and exchange for items in the event exchange. And then you can just sit there and keep doing it. But don't overdo it. Don't do it all at once, because you're going to be getting a daily mission, which will give you some bonus items that you can exchange. So if you just do a couple of those events a day, and then use the mission to get the rest of your items. And then for the next tip, we're going to be looking at some dungeons. You go to your crisis dungeons. You want to make sure you, as soon as you get access, start doing these. But you're going to have to use these keys here. Make sure you're going to get the top rating when you do it, so you finish with the good rating, because the keys only replenish 3 per week, and then they may give you some bonus items that you can use to refill them, but it's kind of hard to get, so otherwise you're going to end up wasting your keys, and you don't want to do that. But you want to finish that because you're going to be getting some good material recipes and items for upgrading your weapons. And for the next tip, we're going to be going into like co-op and all the missions. Once you're doing your co-op, make sure you do every co-op mission, and you're going to end up getting some bonus blue crystals. So, you know, it'll start off every week these 3 will swap out, and they may have different limited or special events. I believe they're going to be having a raid version coming up where we fight Sephiroth, but like here they're going to swap these out, and then you get to pick which mission you want to do, but you want to do each one of these at least one time. So here I still need to do that one, and then I'll get some bonus blue crystals. This is probably one of the more essential tips right here. By default, the game will not have this, so you want to go to settings, and you're going to go to the game settings, and you're going to want to turn on the battle debuff icons. That way you can see when the enemy has a defense down or defense up, attack up, whatever buffs and debuffs that they have. They don't show them by default because this will be off. So you want to come over here, turn this on. Then when you're fighting enemies, it'll show what buffs they have right below their name. And here's another tip, or just I guess a gripe or something, but I don't know. Watch some videos of people playing on it, and they're just sitting there clicking, waiting for this ability. I mean, it doesn't matter how many times you're going to click it. You see the ability gauge filling up really slow. Just wait till it's full and then click it. I don't know if that's a tip or not, but it's just something I noticed. All right, so for the next tip, you're going to be able to set up your parties. When you go and doing some missions and stuff, you want to change what your equipment is based on what you're fighting, and you can actually save preset parties and everything, so you can go through and then have like change your equipment. So you go like the toggle here, it'll show what kind of spells you have. So if I'm fighting something that says, oh, I need the fire spell and the circle sigil, go through here, make sure this character has both of those. He's going to be using the circle. She has a fire and a circle. And then you go to swap mode here. You can actually copy this party if you want to put it into another slot over here. And then you can edit the name right like that and change the name of it. So like I have it set up with like which mission or something I'm fighting, and I just put like a little lightning element with the triangle sigil, or the, you know, I'm doing the genome battle. I got the fire element with the circle sigil, healing quest, earth element with the cross sigil. So you can set up your pre-made parties and then get a little tips for what they have equipped, and you can just swap between them. And when we're at the home screen, I saw this. I don't know if it's, you may have not skipped it, but I ended up skipping the season pass just because it looked like a battle pass or something you'd have to buy. But if you actually go into your season pass, don't skip it, because you can just hit the explore here, and then you're gonna start getting some bonus items based on, you know, what you do. So you get like consume stamina, defeat a battle, and every day you come in and then you get your rewards, little bonus extra items. All right, we just set up our party, and when you go into co-op battles, make sure you're equipping the right element versus what you're fighting and the proper sigil, so that you are not a burden on your party. You can actually help out, and then everybody gets a better rating, and you'll get more rewards for your higher rating. So like we're gonna go into Ifrit here, and then we want to make sure we got this element and a proper sigil for it, and then you can just double check that we got them equipped right. Like here we got them, we got the water, physical water damage, and then this is going to be taking care of our sigil breaker, and then we'll be able to get some good rewards, and everybody will survive and win. So we'll be adding more Ever Crisis content, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video.